Go. So welcome everyone to the Scorpio new moon celebration. Today's November the 19th, but it's actually happening if you're in the Midwest in the United States tonight while we're asleep tomorrow morning. So I think it's like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. I can't remember, but it's in here. So we're going to call in sacred space. We aren't going to move today. We're just going to keep moving on as soon as we get finished. But let's go ahead and do that. Let's all take a big deep breath in. And as we exhale, drop your grounding cords. Send your roots down into the earth. And then inhaling, draw that earth energy up through your body. Send it up and out through the top of the head, connecting with the heart of the divine above us. Then inhaling, draw that cosmic energy back down, send it all the way back down into the earth, activating the as above, so below flow. Feel that move through your body. Connecting with that flow, breathing in, breathing out, activate the as within, so without, as the universe, the soul. Oh, hang on. Let's see here. I hear people. All right. Activating the as within, so without. As the universe, so the soul. Moving to the north, we welcome Mother Earth. We give such great thanks to be here right now in physical bodies doing this sacred work. Moving to the south, we welcome water. We welcome clear, clean, current emotions. We welcome love, joy, flow, abundance into our circle. Moving to the west, we welcome air, mind, focus, and clarity. All of our guides, angels, allies, and helpers. And moving to the east, we welcome fire and movement, passion, divine right action. Moving to the center, we welcome our divine feminine and our divine masculine. In sacred right relationship, we call that beautiful energy down through our bodies. We call up Mama Gaia to pull and magnetize that energy through us. And we welcome our own sweet, extraordinary souls into the circle. We ask that all of these energies be with us, pray with us, and you all can dance together when it's over for our mutual benefit. So I don't know about you all, but this is the moon for all of the feels, and you can definitely feel those. It feels like a garage sale inside my emotions right now, where sometimes there's good things that I find, and other times there's these weird memories that pop up, and I'm like, wow. So feel into your bodies. Just take a moment, close your eyes, maybe drop into your heart, and just see how your body is doing. And how are those emotions showing up for you? Those can show up as intuitive hits and downloads as well. So just notice that. And then just know that whatever's going on in there, there's the remedy is today. You can actually do something about it. And this is a juicy month. This is the month for being quiet This is the month for going within and for planting those seeds and refining the intentions that we set a month ago. So wherever you are, you're in the right place. Whatever you're experiencing right now is probably normal for this moon. So once again, we're going to go over all the retrogrades. Everybody's still trying to get in their positions to go forward in. And that's really not going to settle until spring of 26. So once again, that means we have some time. You know, the only one that's direct now is Pluto, and he'll stay there until 2044. He's in Aquarius, but he's at, I think he's at 1 degree now. So he's still right at the very beginning. Good seed planting time. Uranus is retrograde through February 3rd, and it moved into Taurus on November 7th, and I think it's going to stay there till February 3rd, maybe later. So that means he's going to be active on the physical plane. So once again, as we go through this, work your own magic with this and really lean into what are the physical manifestations that I want to expand in 2026, and how can Uranus help me? What kind of, do I need to win the lottery? What kind of big downloads do I need during this time when he's active, when he's in that Taurus physical mode? And what I always say is keep him busy doing those kinds of things so he doesn't just have to blow things up and wreak havoc somewhere, because that can happen. Mercury went retrograde on the 9th. It's going to turn direct in just a little while, in about 10 days, on the 29th. And once again, that is more soupiness, more go within time, really, go through all of the things and clean out your insides. That's what this time is about. Saturn's going to be retrograde through the 27th. So this is a really good window to just sit and stare and really let yourself be quiet. Chiron is retrograde through the 2nd of January. So this is a time to just go in and restructure still. And we're coming up on 4 weeks after setting those intentions on the launch, what we call the launch pad of the new age at the Libra new moon. 2 weeks ago, we released anything standing in our way. So what I have been doing, and what might be important for all of you to do, is to revisit those intentions and see if you need to tweak them. You've lived with them for a month. Have you made any, yes, the universe loves for you to write it down, but taking a physical step forward in that direction is what the universe really understands. So look at those intentions. Have you taken any steps? And they don't have to be big steps. They can be just a tiny little baby step that nudges you into a different timeline, a different trajectory. So what's happening out there now? This can be noted as one of 2025's most potent lunations. And it's going to line up. That's why I say this is juicy time. Take advantage of it. On, like I said, tomorrow at 2:47 a.m. Central Time. So wherever you are with regard to Central Time in the US, that's when it's going to happen. So this gives us, if you wanted to do a fire ceremony, it's pretty dreary here. We need some fire. You could do one today or this evening and be right in the pocket. But with new moons, the window is really, and I don't want you to put this off, because the more you do it and you're in it, the more time you give for things to manifest. But you have a window from the first to about the quarter moon, so about 7 days, to tweak things. Initiate it now and then tweak it as you go along. And Scorpio is all about personal transformation, death and rebirth. When I said all the feels, you go down into the abyss and do shadow work, intimate, energetic connections, and then money. When you do this kind of work, so insurance, taxes, inheritance, shared resources, enhancing wealth and power. This is just like Pluto. These two energies, doing your own inner trauma work, clear the way for wealth and abundance. So find ways to do that. We've talked about them in here before. And, that's just a normal Scorpio moon. This one is powerful because of the aspects, because of the big planets that are lining up and are going to stay there. So it aspects all the social and outer planets, and it creates a cradle. And I'm going to show you a picture in just a minute. That includes, of course, the moon and the sun, because all new moons have the moon and the sun at 0 point in their sign. And then Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So that's all those big players. And it also includes Ceres and Mercury. So that's the spicy, that's the little cherry on top. We're going to talk about that too. Thankfully, most of these connections are harmonious. It doesn't really guarantee that it's going to be smooth. Anytime you deal with emotions, it can get a little bumpy, but it does make a flowing experience easier. And if you go in now with the intent to clear, to work with Scorpio to manifest, clear whatever's in your way of manifesting, and it's like, this is a good time to do that. So here's the picture. Let me move you all over a little bit so you can see. So here's our sun and our moon down here in Scorpio, and then there's Mercury right there together with them. And then over here is Ceres, and she's the only goddess that's playing this time. But she's the goddess of abundance, of grain and financial support. And she's well, let me just go over here to my notes. It's only, so Mercury is right on top of them. It's only a quarter of a degree away from the sun and the moon. So they're at 28 and 11 seconds, I believe. And Mercury's at 28 and 27. So it's like a tiny little amount. So once again, Mercury's communication, and because it's in retrograde, it's going to be about communicating with yourself, with your higher self, with your guides. It's going to supercharge your ability to think, learn, teach, write, and communicate. And because it's in Scorpio, it's going to help you focus like a researcher, a detective. I've already noticed this kind of thing happening with me. My ascendant is in Scorpio, so this is loud, but it's a fun party. It can be a fun party if you dive in and don't resist. Since Mercury's retrograde, you can balance the urge, because you'll see all these things and you want to jump up and do it, and yet not yet. Just sit with it and really plan and get some good, stable support systems underneath you. So this is perfect. And then it is a trine with Ceres right over here. Where's my pointer? Let's just do this. I'll be sorry. But so here's Ceres, and then here's Mercury right here, all the same point. And it's going to go right up here. So that is a favorable connection. And Ceres is just all about boosting your abundance. She's the grain goddess. And she'll smooth the way for the trauma healing that needs to happen so that you can do that. So you can see how this particular aspect is very, very sweet and supportive. And then we're just going to supercharge that with these three. So Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And I'll go back here and show you. So here's Uranus. So it's in it's opposition. So he's out here playing. He's like, what can I poke at? Where do you all need to wake up a little bit? And he is, right here opposing the sun. And then we have Saturn over here. So this is how the cradle is going to be created. Saturn's over here. Jupiter's up here. We haven't even talked about him yet. We will. And then here's Pluto. So these two are in opposition to each other. So that's kind of this kind of energy. But they create this beautiful cradle with Neptune. So let's look and see what that is all about. The outer planets. Now, this is, I don't want this to freak anybody out because this is a holy moment. They're renowned for reshaping reality. They form a rare configuration. This is going to stay in place until 2030. So this is what they call a mini grand trine. So because of the distance that they're in, it's like trines are favorable. So they're here to support transformation. It says, whenever these planets connect, the arc of history bends. The most potent example were the seismic shifts in the 60s when Uranus and Pluto decided to hang out. They had a conjunction and that sparked revolutions all over the world. So for the first time in 250 years, all three of these planets are aligning. And the exactness is extraordinary because they're all in that 0-1 degree. They're all like, it's like, here's Neptune at 29 degrees. Here's Saturn at 25 degrees. Here's all these, here's Pluto at 1 degree. So 29 and 1, they're next door neighbors to each other. And here's Jupiter at 1 degree. So they're all at their beginning or ending point before they shift into a different sign, or they've just shifted into a different sign. This isn't going to happen again for 170 years. It's a threshold and it's a once in a lifetime gateway. And then Saturn, like I showed you, is conjunct Neptune. And so it will stay there till April. So this is kind of like all of the grandmothers coming together and going, okay, they need some help. We're going to hold space for them to make their transitions, whatever transitions they are choosing. And we need to be choosing things that are going to sustain this planet. We just, both personally and collectively, our intentions need, and our prayers need to focus there. And when every single one of us do that one little thing that we can do, it makes a big difference all over the planet. So Neptune playing, his presence intensifies all of the many grand trine influence. And he's a visionary. So it's all about what is your highest, best vision that you can hold for the future of humanity 7 generations out. And you can whittle that down to your immediate and to global. And then every new moon marks a beginning, a seed moment where new intentions take root. But this one, I think you're beginning to feel it. It's electric. It can give you an extraordinary surge of momentum. So don't just limit yourself to Scorpio themes. Anything that needs renewal, reinvention, or rebirth, it's kind of a mini launch pad. So my advice is go back and look at what you set up. How do you want to tweak that going forward? And I want us to keep in mind, well, I want to show you what the outer planets can do. And then I have another little snippet. So Pluto, once again, just like Scorpio, urges you to reclaim your power, not just in material terms, but your soul's evolution. So he's going to, if you find yourself having old memories and old weird things coming up and your dreams are weird and spicy, Pluto's working. He's digging up old stuff that keeps you stuck. And he's inviting you to process it and heal it. And, you know, at this point, it's as simple as Ho'oponopono, as often and as much as you can, because there's so much, and there's so much clearing that needs to be done. Neptune opens a channel to divine inspiration. So once again, you're going to be inspired to create things new. I know it feels uncomfortable, Linda. She says it's not even safe to sleep anymore. But that is really your safety. They're parenting you in your sleep. If you do it in your sleep, possibly you won't have to deal with it in your physical waking life. I think that's the idea. I don't know if it always works that way, though. I've had some weird dreams too. I will tell you, ex-husbands and weird dreams. But you know, that's how you know where your stuff is, and then you know what to work on. So once you kind of get clear on that, Uranus is gonna. So you've got creativity with Neptune, and then Uranus is gonna say, "Be yourself. Go inside. Be who you are. We invited you, not somebody you want to emulate. Be you. And if you aren't being you, he'll shake things up to get you to. So, like I said, give him something to do. I always tell him, I want good surprises. You know, give me a good one. And you know, you can outline some of those if you want. So you've got Neptune and Uranus together, you know, Uranus saying, be creative, Neptune saying, be creative, Uranus saying, be authentic. And then you're going to clear all this out. I'm trying to think where I can put this. I'll put it in the email. A link to Made for Miracles. It's a longer process of inner work, but within that process, it gives you tools to, one of the questions, it's a question protocol that takes you through and clears your trauma. And one of the questions is, what do you want? So as you clear things out, then you can begin to create in the new space. And Saturn can help you, give you the structures to do that. He helps you map your vision, manage your time, and he helps you be mature. You know, we all have a little kid ego in there that doesn't want to behave. Thanks, Janie. And then Jupiter is an amplifier, and he boosts the potency of all the other aspects. And I'm trying to remember, I think he might still, yeah, he's still in retrograde as well, and he's in Cancer. So this is about expanding your joy, expanding your self-care, expanding what makes you happy and creative on the planet, expanding your luck. So it can also expand your motivation if that's what you need. He's here to support. So you can see how all of this is like, they're all just here to help. It's not something scary. And now that we know, now that we have history that can show us, okay, these things were going on when this happened before, how do we direct the flow? It's like, it's a game changer. So whatever you initiate now is backed up by this wave of support. Let's use those planets to create the shifts in the world we want to see. So when you set your intentions or desired outcomes, or how you want to set up your work for the next 28 days and beyond, image the world you want to see. We asked to be here right now, and this is why. And this was my little rant. We've all chosen at a soul level to incarnate on Earth at this time to support humanity's evolution into the next level of consciousness and physical embodied expression. Let that land. You wouldn't be here on this call if that wasn't your job. So as we look around right now, many, there's so much coming at us. And many can think, oh my gosh, it's such a horrible, chaotic time. Stay off the screens. Just stay off of them. Then you won't think that. Then you'll look outside and think, oh my God, what a beautiful planet I'm on. I think I'll go play. And I say, what an amazing, potent time to be here. What an opportunity that we have to shift the world into what we know it can be. What we know it can be. It can. We watch humanity rise to its highest moment all the time. Every day, in the grocery line, this morning. I don't know where this came from, but I had a memory that just showed up, and I swear, I don't know where they're digging these things out. But this one was back in the day when we all rode in station wagons and we left our kids in the car to get into mischief while we ran into the grocery store. And it's at night after church, and Dad and Mom go inside to the grocery store. There's construction at the back side of this parking lot. And Scott's in the front seat, my brother, my little, both, I'm the oldest. And he and Carrie are messing around. And one of them, I think it was Carrie, the little baby, shifts the car into reverse, because back then cars could do that. And so here we are rolling, and I'm leaning up over the back seat trying to shift the car back into gear. And some guy, it never would have happened. We would have ended up in the construction in the ditch. And some guy just jumped, because we didn't lock our doors back then either. So some guy jumps in the car and puts the car back in park. And then he goes in and tells our folks what he's done. But those kinds of things happen every single day, over and over and over again. So we have to begin to focus our attention on that and on the world we want to see for our grandchildren and our grandchildren's children. And this is a powerful moment to tune in to what you have been seeding in yourself and our beloved planet that we call home, as we work together to create that new earth paradise that I know we've all been dreaming of. We all thought that's the planet we were coming to. Um, and we didn't realize that we were the ones that were going to be making that happen. So the things that are going on, even all of the, when you say, it's like, I remember the 60s as a little kid. I don't know that I want to go back there, but we have a chance. Looking astrologically, we have a chance that we don't have to. This isn't here to beat us up. It's here to inspire radical, revolutionary innovation and help us seed the new possibilities that we're here to seed. So plant your seeds, everyone. It is time. So I'm going to give us some time to journal a little bit. Questions you're going to want to be asking. What changes? So get your journals out. Look at those old intentions from a month ago. Let me grab mine and I'll tell you what day it was on. I was doing this yesterday, so I marked it. October 21st, the Libra new moon. That was the first time we set those intentions. And then 2 weeks ago on the Pisces full moon, I think it was Pisces, we, no, I can't remember. Anyway, we released things that didn't serve those intentions. So go back. What changes would you improve? What other things, that you want to tweak it? And then how do you want to improve relationships, your creative expression, or your finances? Those are the big themes. Are there projects you want to initiate? What new seeds do you want to plant? So I'll give us a few moments to journal with those questions, and then we'll dive into the cards. And the cards are yummy too. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take us into the cards just so you get a little support here. So, Taurus in the Earth door. Hi, Val. Glad you're here, even if you're late. I'll send out the recording. So, Taurus is the enjoyer. And remember, our friend Uranus is hanging out with Taurus right now. This card speaks to our ability to enjoy being in a physical body. Folks with this energy love this planet and all the experiences she provides. This is very personal. This is the very most personal level of the Earth archetype, and it can teach us to value and enjoy the earthly realm. So, how to love all that looks beautiful, tastes delicious, and feels pleasurable. She can also teach us how to acquire the means to receive all the exquisite things and gratifications the physical realm has to offer. From Taurus, we can learn how to take solid steps to fulfill our desires for possessions, wealth, and security. These are the things you want to be telling Uranus to help you with. Taurus helps us connect to the divine through savoring and enjoying intimacy through the body and senses. The sun is in Taurus generally from April 20th to May 20th. So talk to Taurus and Uranus, Taurus in the Earth door and Uranus, and see what they have to tell you. And then in water, birthing, how appropriate, right? Birthing speaks to giving life to something new as it is bringing forth something from within yourself. It's not just creating form outside of you, but literally drawing forth that form from within yourself. All of us that are women understand that completely. All of us have things inside of us that need to be birthed. There are certain parts of ourselves that need to be brought forth into the world of physical form. Water provides the flow that supports birthing. This is why we came to a physical planet. Water allow water to show you what is wanting to be birthed from you right now. Yes, I love that, Christy. In the chat, Christy wrote, wealth wasn't measured by how much one had, but how much one gave and how much one had the ability, excuse me, to give. That was it was a whole different mindset. So yes, and that's the mindset we need to move to as a planet. We all become wealthier then in so many ways. In the, I need to write that down here. In the air door, far sight, looking to the future. So everything we've been talking about, visioning the future we want to live in and want for our children. We can thank the screens for turning our focus away from that. As a society, in my opinion, I feel like we've lost sight of looking to the future. And, if it's not right here, we don't know anything about it. So, this is a good one for right now. Imagine an eagle soaring high above the earth. Eagles are said to have the best sight of any bird and often have been associated with the air realm. This is because they have the ability to look ahead to see what's coming. They also fly so high they can get a big picture vision of the landscape below. As we create our lives, we too need to develop the ability to rise high so that we can see far into the future. What effects our actions now having on generations to come? I shudder to think. How will what we do right now influence the future? How can what we do and say and pray and think influence the future? Where do we need to be mindful of those coming after us? In our own creations, what do we need to know about the future so we can create in a good way today? So check in with the air door and ask as you're setting your intentions for far sight. In the fire door, I pulled courage, which is something I think we all need. Any creative endeavor takes courage to initiate and complete. It takes courage to look clearly at ourselves and see all the places we need to make adjustments without judgment. It takes courage to continue to follow through on tasks and complete them to bring the creation to completion. It takes courage to face setback with the confidence that this is just another opportunity for growth. So, where do you need courage to move forward? Sit in the fire door and ask for it. These elements are your great, 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 great grandparents. They want to give you anything you ask for. So ask for courage, ask for foresight. And then in the center, in the spirit door, I say center because I look at it from the perspective of a medicine wheel, is the divine feminine. Oh, that makes such perfect sense. The feeler, the mover, the substance that thinks, the divine Sophia, the holy wisdom. The archetypal energy of the divine feminine shows herself in a myriad of ways. She has many names and many aspects known all over the planet as Isis, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Diana, the sacred she, simply the goddess. She brings divine guidance and assistance whenever you need it most. She can be kind, gentle, and loving, or fierce and passionate. Her energy speaks to a state of beingness and magnetism. She's the perfect complement to the divine masculine energy. Connect with the aspect of her that calls you. Where do you need divine assistance? As the divine mother, she is always available. She always provides. She hears your every breath, every moment. She is all around you and in you. So, with all of that support, take a few moments to begin your new intentions for this full moon. Oh, thanks, Joanna. I didn't even notice, and I didn't notice it's hidden in the white. I didn't notice I didn't change that. So I want to plug this right now. I know I've been advertising it in the email. I'm getting ready to order planners. And if anyone wants in on this Enchanted Year 2026, it's the same thing we do every year at the end of the year. The planner comes with, I know the picture says 25, but we have a new 2026 one that's on the way. So the sooner people sign up, the easier it is for me to order the right amount of planners. So if you want in, don't wait till the last minute because I need to mail it to you. I need to send it to you so that you have it to start the class with. So if this is something that sings to you, it'll be in the email when I send the recording out. So go ahead. And for those of you that are using this as an add-on, just let me know that you're coming to, that this is one of the classes you want. And I'll make sure that, I think some of you already know that, but remind me again. Okay, we would dance, so we're gonna dance. I'm gonna close the circle and then y'all pull something up on your phone and get up and move a little bit to close out our ceremony and activate all these intentions that we've set in your body. I give such great thanks to the elemental forces for holding space for us, to all of our helpers, all the planets, all the grandmas and grandpas that are sending their energy to us to support us right now. And I give thanks for these beautiful souls that gather together regularly every 2 weeks to engage these energies on behalf of the planet. And I close this circle in the light. All right, everyone. Crystal, the best, 3 feathers. 3 feathers is the best one. I check the other one, but yes, 3 feathers is the best one.
Okay, I'm trying to send you everything together, so I'm not sending multiple.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. All right, loves. Get up and move, and I will see you in 2 weeks, if not before. Some of you I'll see this afternoon.